So we're gonna come back to single leg balance. But this time we're gonna bring our arms out in front of us. And then we're going to stare right at our thumb. So don't look past your thumb, stare right at your thumb, come out to the side, moving your head with your hand. Again, really important to be focusing on the thumb, not sort of having a blank gaze past it. And you would do each direction. And then as you get better, you could make it quicker, stop, quicken, stop. You could read and react, so someone could stand in front of you and they could point right or left. So if they point this way, then you would pause, or you could be following it, and then at some point they could yell stop, and you have to stop and maintain your balance. This is the elevated hip flexor stretch. I've actually set myself up on a bit of an angle to the step. Then I'm coming across, and now I'm bringing my hips and my shoulders so that they're square to the step, and I feel a stretch in the leg that's down. I'll show you from this side. So I'm coming in from an angle at the step, put my foot straight on the step, bring my hips and shoulders around to be square, and I'm feeling a stretch either here or into your thigh, staying nice and tall in your torso. If you want more stretch, squeeze your glutes together as opposed to leaning back and extending your back. So what we're going to do is get in our hands and knees with our hands reached out in front of us, and then we're going to sit back on our heels as we drop our armpits down toward the floor. And you should feel a stretch kind of in through your shoulders or in through your armpits. And then halfway through that duration, I want you to turn your palms up and then go back into that stretch position. So I like this hip internal rotation, lying supine or face up. So my feet stay flat and my knees pinch in. And I'm not forcing it. I'm just going till I feel a gentle stretch. And typically that's deep in your hip. Some people feel it deep kind of through the back side. But I think the reason some feel it in the front and some feel it in the back is because it is quite deep in there. For the standing forward hip circle, you're going to come forward as high as you can without leaning backwards. And then you're going to do hip circles, so pointing your toe, drawing circles with your toe, a diameter about 10 to 20 centimeters each direction. Then once you've got that going on, you're going to visualize, this is the cue we use, is that your foot is in a pail of honey and you feel all that extra resistance. So you're, with your mind, you're generating extra force as though you're moving your foot through honey. So I think you already got the idea that I really like push-ups and their variations. So here's another one for you. Make sure your feet are a little bit wider, your hands are a little bit narrower. You're going to do your good full push-up, but then when you get to the top, Superman. Strong, lock it in with your torso, stay nice and level for each rep. The Contra dumbbell row is another little sneaky exercise that I love because you see it and you think, oh, a row, okay, this is for my bicep and my mid-back. But then I sneak in some glute work as we go. So this is how it's going to look. It's going to look like your bottom position of a single leg, stiff-legged deadlift. This hip, this glute is actually doing a lot of work, and you'll see by the time you get to the end of your set. And then it's just a regular row. Let me flip around so you can see the rowing action. So it's just your normal row, squeezing your shoulder blades back, keeping your shoulder down, hips stay level, your leg stays in line with your torso. By the end of the set, you'll really feel this glute working. If you're having trouble with the balance, then just bring a chair or the wall or a weight rack, something that you can just put your fingertips on to help you with the balance so you can get through the exercise, get the benefit of the exercise without just kind of falling all over the place. And then once you get the hang of it, the sense of it, you've done it a few times, you'll be able to do it without holding on. No. So again, this looks like a big plate, but it's actually only a 10-pound plate. We're going to do a low walk lateral with a plate push. So I'm low in my legs. Get as low as you can within reason, because I want to teach you to be comfortable in that low leg position when they really start burning. So as I open up, I push the plate. When my feet come together, I pull it in. But the entire time I'm doing that, my torso isn't moving, and I'm staying on the same low level. I'm not standing up and squatting down. This is just a variation of a plank drill that I learned from Charlie Weingroff a couple weeks ago. So we're gonna go into our normal plank, nice straight line body position, but now I'm going to kind of dig my hands and my forearms into the turf, and I'm kind of trying to pull like I would be pulling this way, but I'm not going to actually move anywhere. So I'm pulling my hands, my elbows down. I'm keeping a nice straight line body position. My torso shouldn't be moving in any way. And you'll really feel when you pull the activation level in your abdominals, in your torso, really explode. I'm just using a mini band to do this. It's not a whole lot of resistance. You could also just tie some resistance tubing in a circle. But what I'm trying to do is work on my C-cut pattern, and I'm picturing that I have the skate on my foot. So I'm thinking about the position I would be in if I was doing a little C pattern, C push. So I'll go this way, trying to keep this knee pointing straight ahead. I don't want it falling in. And then I can go the other way as well. And it is different, so do each direction. Keeping your knees bent, staying in that nice ready position. I really like this seated incline punch. And what I want you to keep in mind is it's just a hip pivot back. So I don't want your low back to round. I want you just to come from sitting straight up like this and just lean slightly back. So not way back here, just here, keeping your chest up tall. Then you'll grab your dumbbells. Again, not too heavy, 5, 10, I would say 15 at the most. And then you're holding this position and you're gonna punch up sort of on the 45-degree angle, but stay nice and stable. So don't let your body go. Try to dynamically stabilize.